Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Monday, December 16th, 2024. Did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And did you find it a gazillion times easier than yesterday's?
Well, yes, I did.
To the nearest, you can round to the nearest gazillion if you'd like.
Uh-huh. Although it did take me a little longer than it usually does on a
Really?
Monday. Yeah. So, and I can't even really pinpoint why that was, but I guess I just went through it a little more slowly.
Perhaps the theme distracted you.
Well, that could be because, as you know, I do like a good cup of coffee.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And you had several of them in the grid today.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So I did appreciate this one very much.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I was wide awake while doing it.
Oh, were you?
Although if they ever do a crossword with Diet Coke in the, I guess you could only just put in Diet Coke. You can't really. I mean, you could do the flavors: cherry Diet Coke, vanilla Diet Coke, orange vanilla Diet Coke, and the like.
I guess. But
that's what my next crossword is going to be. It's going to involve Diet Coke.
I don't know. It's kind of weak there.
I'm going to try and get the Coca-Cola company to sort of advocate for me because there's no way it's going to get into the New York Times otherwise.
Perhaps you could do various Coca-Cola products, not just Diet Coke.
Nope, I'm going to specialize.
Okay. Well, good luck with that.
Yes, but we should maybe turn our attention to a crossword that's actually good enough to be in the New York Times.
That is correct.
That would be this one.
That's right.
And it had a fascinating theme, as you were alluding to.
It did. Throughout the puzzle, there were some circled squares, and they were always to the left and right of a black square. There was actually, 4 different instances of that, where you had some circled squares to the right of a black square and then to the left. And if you solved the puzzle correctly, you could read across that black square, and the circled squares would spell out a kind of coffee or a coffee drink. And the revealer, which was very clever, 34 across, explains why the black square. And that was the clue time out at work, as represented visually by this puzzle's circled letters. And of course, that was coffee break. So you had coffee broken in the middle with a black square. The first one was 17 and 18 across, 17 being sound of an unfortunate bird poop landing, which was splat, and 18 across, blab, which was tell. And if you look at those two together, you get the coffee latte. And then we had 22 and 23 across, which were high blank, image, which was res, and then department handling media inquiries, which was press office. And if you got those, you could see the word between the black squares was espresso, or I guess on either side of the black square was espresso. And then we had 48 and 52 across, which were competition whose winner gets a tiara and sash, and 52 across, gesture of approval, and the answers of which were Miss America and nod. And the black square separated the coffee Americano. And then finally 56 and 57 across, Muppet with his own world on Sesame Street, which was, of course, Elmo. And then we have 57, blingy piece of neckwear, which was chain. And the circled letters spelled out mocha.
Right.
So that was the theme and the theme answers. And it was clever, I thought.
Yes.
And perfect for a Monday, you know. Not too hard, and yet a nice little challenge.
You know, I just want to mention the quality of the writing that goes into the clues. If you look at 34 across, time out at work as represented visually by this puzzle's circled letters, that's about as taut a phrase as you can get.
Yep.
There's nothing to edit out of that.
Nope.
And they do that all the time. But
Yes.
just looking at that, just like, boy, that's well written.
Yes, that's very true.
and well written by Ailey Yoshida. This is her second New York Times crossword.
Very good.
I know, yeah, so we had 17 across, sound of an unfortunate bird poop landing, splat. And then we also had 53 across, carelessly sits down, plops.
That's right.
So a couple of disgusting answers in the grid, but that's just the way it goes. I find it significant that plops is right next to 54 across, refined grace, elegance.
Right.
Like they're sort of trying to make up for the plops.
I guess, yes. Yes, that's very astute of you to see that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You might say that I was keen-eyed. Keen-eyed not being the answer to 37 down, observant quality, but that's what I went for.
Keen-eyed?
I went for keen-eyed.
It was keenness.
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 Right.
I don't know that I've ever used that word. What keenness do you have?
Well,
it's even hard to say.
Exactly.
Keenness.
That's why you...
Keenness.
Keenness.
Keenness, I guess.
I'm not sure how many times we should be practicing this during the podcast.
Keenness. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's one thing. If you're going to coin a phrase for everyone who's thinking of making up words and portmanteaus and the like, make sure what you end up with can be pronounced. Otherwise, it's going to go nowhere.
I think so, yes.
For instance, fleely blah blah. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the phrase fleely blah blah.
No.
You're not, because no one can pronounce it except me.
I see.
Yes. I had a little trouble. In fact, so I filled this out rather rapidly, I thought, and then I got a mistake, and I'm like, oh no. But I was able to spot it fairly expeditiously. 40 down, guacamole ingredient. I had avocado, and I spelled it avacado because I sort of heard ava. Well, you don't say avo. Do you say avocado or do you say avocado?
Avocado.
See, that sounded like an ah sound to me.
Avocado.
Not avo. Now you're
Avocado.
Now you're digging down for the o.
Avocado. That's how I say it. Avocado.
Okay.
I think it sounds like an o.
I say avocado.
Avocado.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Anyways, the reason it had to be an o was because 52 across, gesture of approval, as you already mentioned, was a nod.
That is correct.
Not a nad.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We had 59 across, Teddy Graham's shape, bear.
Yeah, that was easy.
Yes. Most of these were pretty straightforward. I didn't know 64 across, Phil Blank, QB, who won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants, Sims.
Yes.
Did you know Phil Sims?
I did not.
Ah, okay.
I did not.
Wonder how else you could include Sims. Probably there's no other way you could.
Well, maybe somebody else named Sims.
But that's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know too many of them.
Mm-hmm.
19 across, tidbit in a nutritious pudding was a chia seed.
Yes.
I would not have gotten that.
No.
I didn't know where to go with that one.
No, I don't make too many nutritious puddings, I'm sorry to say. But
And one down, remove as a bottle cap. As a person who does this 7 to 8 times, okay, more than that, 20 to 30 times a day, I should have known that the answer was unscrew, but I had in mind a pull tab and was trying to make that work, but it was indeed unscrew.
What, a bottle?
Well, I don't know. I just thought of a drink, and then the bottle notion went away and was replaced by a can. Can't explain it.
I got 6 down was interesting. Loses one's hair, balds.
Yes.
I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, that person's balds," or "I see your balds," or yeah.
It's always going bald.
Going bald or balding maybe.
Right.
But I've never heard balds.
I'm going to assume that they ran this by the spell checker before
I'm sure it's a word. It's just I've never heard it used.
I don't think anyone ever has used it before. It's a word that could be used, and the New York Times, and in particular, Ailey Yoshida, recognized its potential and said, hey, no one's ever said that balds is wrong, so I'm going to use it. And there it is.
Yep.
14 across, real smooth was suave.
Yes.
I like that. We had suave, We had elegance.
Yeah, right next to what? Splat and plops.
That's right. Suave was trying to redeem splat, and elegance was trying to redeem plops.
I guess that's it. Yeah.
31 across was very meta, like the direction of this answer, across.
Yes.
I wish they had another one that was down. That would have been cute.
That would have been, yeah.
But I guess you can't get everything into a grid. 9 down, like lines that rhyme and keep good time. And the answer was poetic.
Right.
I bet a lot of real poets winced when they read that. It's not what we do. And then we had a reference to Oreos, double blank Oreos, stuff.
Stuff, spelled S-T-U-F.
Yes.
We have lost the other F somewhere.
Yep. It was cut off by their ad agency. Said, nah, too many Fs.
I wonder if that's confusing to children, where they learn how to spell words correctly and then they see double stuffed Oreos and it's like, do they think, well, how's it really spelled?
Well, and you see all these words sort of being invented out of whole cloth, like Verizon. I'm still mad at Verizon.
Why?
And I don't know, just because they took the word horizon, which is a perfectly good word, and turned it into Verizon.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Let's see. It probably explains why we haven't had any offers for advertising from Verizon. I'm expecting they're going to flood in now.
Probably.
Let's see. 15 across. Did you agree with what cilantro tastes like to some people? Soap?
Yes.
Do you normally eat soap so you're able to make that judgment?
No.
Okay, good.
But, I mean, I've gotten soap in my mouth. So, but yes.
Rule 1, keep your mouth shut when you're showering.
Right. But no, not a pleasant taste. But thankfully, I am not one of those people.
So
I like cilantro, particularly in guacamole with my avocado.
So maybe though, when you go to like a buffet, they have to say this dish contains cilantro.
Yes.
I mean, they ought to warn people about it.
Might taste soapy. So
yeah,
it does have an unusual, aroma. It's very pungent, and I guess maybe that triggers something different in people. Some people think, "Oh, what a pungent herb," and other people think, "That smells like soap." So, I don't know.
Another clue. 30 across. Habeas corpus, e.g., was a writ.
A writ.
Which made me realize that I really don't know what a writ is. It's some legal document, right?
I guess, yes. But I've always heard, a writ of habeas corpus was given to him. Whatever.
Let's see. We'll just do a quick check here. A form of written command in the name of a court or other legal authority to act or abstain from acting in some way. So basically, it's something that a judge decided and wrote down. Look, I writ this.
I writ a writ.
I writ a writ. Yes, exactly. We had 38 across. That was, let's see here. Bits of wisdom was pearls.
Yep.
I just happen to be listening to The Sign of the Four right now by Sherlock Holmes. And so pearls play an important role there, and I'm glad to see they're following me into other parts of my life.
Very good.
All right. Well, I think that's probably it for today.
Okay.
So thanks, everyone, for listening.
Yes.
Hope you're enjoying these podcasts. Hope everyone is primed and psyched for the Triplet Tuesday contest tomorrow. It's going to be great. And don't worry, if you don't actually listen to the podcast tomorrow, you'll have several days in which to actually send us your response.
That's right.
So we'll have all the details about that tomorrow, so do tune in, and we'll see all of you again tomorrow.
Bye-bye.